Okay, ladies, welcome to our new moon manifestation. This is the new reality for all of us. We now get to see into each other's homes. How are you guys doing tonight?
Amazing. Absolutely. Doing well. Good to see your face.
I want to introduce everybody to you so they have an understanding of who you are. First of all, we have Gina on the top, well, it's top left for me. Gina is a medical intuitive, Reiki master, and also a fitness trainer. So, hi, Gina. Waves, they know who you are. And then Maddie is a licensed acupuncturist, Chinese medicine. She owns a Apothecary Cafe, the Wells Cafe in Seacliff. And if anyone's not using her now for deliveries and groceries, farm to table, you should be, because they're delicious and healthy and immunity boosting. And so thank you, ladies, for joining us tonight. This is just, I want people to understand, who you are and give them a little taste. And because it is the new moon, and this is something that we were going to do in the cave, and that's the cave in case anyone forgot what it looks like up there. So thank you for being here, ladies. I know you're just doing this as a service, and if you could just tell people, if you guys take it away.
Okay, Maddie, you want to start? Do you want me to start?
I'd love to start. I'm feeling called to start. Yeah. So I am a Dory moon lover. I am known to take pictures of the full moon, even though they never come out on my phone. So I've learned that if you take a time-lapse video, you can actually get a sense of it. So everybody around me can vouch, my husband's coming up the stairs right now, that I feel a deep connection to the moon. And in the past couple of years, I've been trying to get more of a connection besides the full moon. I feel like the full moon is something that kind of slaps you in the face, that everybody can relate to, that it wows us when we see it. But the moon phases are actually something that we've used over the ages to relate to. And I think it's especially exciting that it's a new moon right now, because the new moon is the start of a new cycle, and it's the start of the new cycle, but you actually can't see the moon at all. And it's when the sun and the moon are actually aligned. The moon is in the middle of the sun and the earth, so we are in the dark here. But it's actually this time of zero and this time of new beginnings. And there is a lot of new things happening right now, with us being at home and kind of needing to explore and restructure what our reality is like. So it's really, this is our first full moon, or first new moon, since this whole new reality of being at home and being in this so-called and needing to think about our health in different ways and our society in different ways. So I would say it's a supercharged new moon. What do you think, Gina?
100%. Absolutely. I feel like in the past 24 hours, I've been downloaded with an enormous amount of information. And you brought to, I'm going to kind of piggyback off what you said about the new moon is part of the cycles. And it's the quiet cycle, I like to call it, where it's not visible, you can't see it, but you do trust that the cycle's going to come full circle again. So what was offered to me for tonight was that as the moon, the new moon gets ushers in the dark, and that's really what it's hosting. It's hosting that dark and that stillness. And then we walk without fear or doubt about the new moon, and in the darkness, there's no doubt, no fear, and no judgment in that. And it's in the trusting. We saw the wane into a beautiful black sky in the dark, and we trust the last thing is going to happen. It's just the way it is. It's what we know. But in that moment of still and darkness is where we have to find that and understand that the light is coming, and it will come, and it will carry us out of that darkness. Whether we fret, whether we panic, whether we worry, whether we get upset because it's dark. The light will still come. So what it teaches us is to be still in that darkness. And that's what has been offered. So when Grandmother Moon goes away, she'll return as the waxing and as we rotate and as we cycle through around the cycle of her cycle. And then they gave me an analogy of the seed, and I saw this kind of floating around, and the seed gets buried, and it trusts the weight of the soil and the weight of Gaia kind of pressing down on the seed, and it believes that it's there for a reason, and it has a job. There's no fear about it, no doubt of its purpose, and it doesn't judge its own process. So while it's in the dark, it waits. It waits with faith and trust of its own cycle, of its own life. And the seed trusts the knowing that it trusts, even knowing it's never ever going to see the beauty and the gift of its patience. So which brings us to where we sit right now. And we are living in very unprecedented times. And some of us find ourselves in a storm, and some of us find us in the depths of their own fear and anxiety of the unknown. So what I'm asking is that we start to learn from nature, because nature will never be wrong. It's nature. So if we could learn to take a moment and appreciate what nature is offering us, if you just go in the woods and walk, and you can see the new growth. You see all the little chartreuse shoots coming up, and the buds on the trees are starting to open, because it's their time. It's their moment. They're in the waxing. They're waxing into this beauty that they knew was always there. So when it lays dormant in winter, I don't look at winter as this bleak, bland landscape. I look at it with such joy, such hope, because I know their beauty that's going to be there. And it's they're manifesting their own future, as we can in our own way.
I feel like
so I really feel, we always have choices, So in the dark, where we're going to find our stillness, and if you can trust what we're going to gain from all this instead of what we're losing. And I was talking to Maddie earlier about this, because this is what was channeled to me. So there's no loss here. It's all a gain. And it really is how you place yourself in your own equation. Yes, there will be loss of life, and that is tragic. But when it's the nature and the cycle of the way things are, and it is in divine order, it is sad to release the body, but the soul is always there and will return. Just like the spring will always return, the summer will return, and autumn and winter. And then we cycle back to spring, to new birth, to new moons, to the vernal equinox. So if we can just take a moment in this unknown and in this quiet, I think we're going to find all of our answers. But we need to be clear, and we need to start trusting in our faith and knowing that we are all on that, whatever that is to you. So it's time to take those moments and just breathe. So that's kind of what I've been receiving this last 20 hours. They've had me up since 12:30 last night, writing and manifesting and downloading and preparing for these moments. That's what I offer for this new moon and this new era, and this new time that we're in. It's all divinely orchestrated.
And I think I don't know if you would agree with this, Gina, but I take the new moon as an invitation, and it's an invitation in so many ways. So the beautiful thing about it being the new moon, it's a time where we can clear and release anything that is not serving us, and we can start to foster us. We can plant a seed that can be, we can then harvest later in this month. So the beautiful thing about these uncertain times and the moon cycle, I think, is we have this cycle. We have these seasons that are longer term. We have these cycles in our own lives that are longer term. We have the earth has these cycles that we might not understand things in, but the cycle of the moon is in a period of a month. So it's kind of in this time where we've had so much loss of routine, a time that we can use, we can watch every day as the moon grows. And if we set an intention now in the beginning of the month, we can let our intention grow with each stage of the moon until the moon is nice and full and our intention is ripe for harvesting. Yeah. I think there is an invitation here for us, and I just wanted to offer people what Gina offered is so beautiful and is such like a great, I really do feel like I'm a seed growing. I can feel myself grounding. That's one of the beautiful things about being around Gina. She talks, and the medicine and the energy behind the words and what is channeled to her and what comes through, you immediately feel. So I'm immediately feeling grounded, and I'm feeling like that seed who might not know where she's going, but knows that, like, has this trust of my inner intuition that I have direction and I will find the light and I will be able to manifest myself. So thank you, Gina, for that. And I just wanted to put out an open invitation for anybody who might be watching this, besides feeling the energy of Gina's words come through you, or the energy of my words come through you, because we have your healing in mind all the time. That's what we do at the Salt Cave. We just want to be such a center for healing for everyone. But is to use this moon cycle in a time that you don't really have a routine as something that can be there for you. So not just the 24 hours of the day, but having like the moon cycle actually be able to help be there for you and support you in the time where you might not have your schedule. The moon has her schedule, so we can tag along and we can piggyback on that. So one of the resources I wanted to offer up to people, this is probably going to be backwards, but it's a book called Lunar Abundance, and the author is Dr. Ezzie Spencer, and she actually spends most of her year in New York, so she's a New Yorker like us, since we're here most of the time. And this book, Lunar Abundance, is all about tuning into yourself, tuning into the moon cycles, using the moon cycle as a rhythm for you to manifest things in your life. And one of the things that she encourages during the new moon is to really feel into your body. So to connect with your body, it's the time of dark. So when we're in the dark, like, we're not really thinking as much, we're not seeing as much, so we can connect into our other senses and what we're feeling. And to imagine, to set your intentions based on how a positive feeling and how you want to feel. So if you want to just take a minute and close your eyes and tune into your body and just see, like, what am I feeling? Am I feeling any sensations in my body right now? And just take a minute, like, check into, do a body scan. You know what that is. Just head to toe, seeing if there's any sensations you get anywhere in your body, any warmth, any tingling. Do your hands feel heavy? Do your feet feel heavy? Are your lungs bringing in, or are you feeling constricted anywhere from stress? And just check in with yourself. And then from this place of feeling, there might be things that we're carrying from the last moon cycle that we want to clear. There's a lot of fear right now. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of worry. There's so much confusion. So then from this place first, when you check in with how you feel, you can do some clearing. And there's different ways to clear. Gina looks like she might be doing some clearing right now for everybody. Thank you, Gina, or holding. So there's many different ways to clear during the new moon. One of my favorite ways to clear is through water, and that can be through the form of tea. It can be through a hot bath. You've also got salt in the bath. If you need any salt, the Salt Cave definitely has you covered with beautiful goodies. Smoke clearing is another way to do clearing. So this is a sage and flower bundle, and you can actually breathe in the smoke. That's another way to clear. You can clear energetically through somebody helping you doing Reiki or doing Reiki on yourself. Sound is another way to clear. I've got my rattle right here that I love. And after you've touched in and seen how you feel, you can do a clearing exercise, and you can go back within and you can set an intention for the month. So I don't know, Wendy or Gina, if you guys want to do this with me right now, but I think I'm going to do it and just encourage anybody who is watching along with us to do it too. So I just invite both of you to clear in any way that you would like to clear. Whether it's smoke.
I have some Palo Santo I'm going to light.
Awesome.
Yep. One of my favorite. As I just dropped it in my candle. They lit my house on fire. Awesome.
Be careful. Make sure while you're setting your intentions and doing your clearing, that you don't clear too much. You don't need to clear in any houses. Out there and there. This is, I'm going to also take a sip of tea, because tea ritual is definitely a way for me. It looks like Wendy's got her water. There's nothing more cleansing than water.
I did the sage today, and sage is antiviral. So, and the house just feels clean. Yeah, it just feels good to do it.
Yeah, you'll have an immediate shift.
Yeah.
And do you have any of those boxes left, Wendy?
Yeah, so thank you, ladies. This is just like nice information, very simple. Anybody could do it. We do, Gina does remote healings if anyone's interested, because, everything's made out of energy. So it doesn't matter where you are. Everything's about intention. I've seen her do people in different states and different countries, and it really is incredible. And then Maddie, as I said, she has an apothecary cafe, and she has delicious farm-to-table food and so much knowledge. As you can see, we haven't even touched the surface of these two brilliant healers. So, ladies, thank you. Thank you for the information. And it's just simple steps everybody has to take. We have the time, and it's so easy to get into this isolation. This is a way to connect with yourself, connect with other people, watch these videos. We're going to try and bring as much content as possible with all these amazing healers, and you can reach them both easily through the Soul Cave, Maddie at the Wells Cafe. If you need her, you say it, Maddie, because it sounds better in American accent.
Wells Cafe. Yeah, and reach out to people, write down your new moon intention and check in with a friend and see what theirs is. I have a friend calling me right now. We'll probably talk about what our intentions are. And stay well, everybody. Stay well, stay more than well. Imagine what you're in your wildest dreams. Use this time to set an intention for something you really always wanted, or something that you really want to feel. And I know Gina said earlier, I think my intention resonates with what you were saying about this time. I just want to go touch the earth. My intention this month is that I feel calm when I touch the earth. And I'm going to do that every day with the moon cycle. I'm going to use it as a ritual because everything's up in the air right now.
Yeah.
So I just really appreciate checking in with you guys, and I encourage everybody to check in with each other and their friends and us at the Salt Cave.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
And everybody, thank you for watching, and contact us if you have any questions.
Thank you, Wendy. Love you guys.
You guys too. Bye.